All right, welcome to the Circle Grace One. I'm the host, Brother Francis Z. Revels-Bey, broadcasting live today. We're back again, and we are going to initiate this. It's February 16th, 2017, and so we're going to do a little bit of everything today. On today's show, first up, I'm going to talk about the power of fascination, and this is based on one of the great favorite teachers. I never had a chance to meet him personally, but definitely listened to him live when I was a little boy on radio along with my mother. That's the late Reverend Ike. Many of his teachings have influenced a lot of New Thought people. And he came out with his teachings back in the middle of the 1960s. He also studied some of the works of Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard was back there around that time or a little earlier. So there's a lot of influences here that I'm going to use in my teaching today, and we're going to kick it off with the teaching of Reverend Ike. Then we may go into some other disciplines. Of course, there'll be a meditation that you will be able to receive live here, and you will also be able to get some affirmations and decrees that I'm just going to, as I say, quote unquote, cut loose with live on the air. So let's get started. Through divine power and by divine grace, all those who have this opportunity to witness this show live or later in its archives or see it uploaded in my YouTube channel, Circle Grace One, may you be blessed by the words that you hear. May everything that I speak about cultivate your life and widen your spiritual stance for you. May you be able to receive and be blessed in many ways, more than one, and know that you are also a master of divinity, a master of your own spirituality, a master of your own ways of walking your path of light. And so it is. Amen. And so shall it be. I decree and I see it to be truth for you here and now. All right, so we're going to take a little bit from my program yesterday on Blog Talk Radio, which was the same thing. So, what I basically do is whatever I used in my 25-minute to 30-minute show on Blog Talk Radio, I usually carry it in so we have a little bit more time here on our Ustream broadcast live. And so, the power of intention. And one of the questions that he had, this came from chapter 32 of his study guide for spiritual living, the science of living study guide, and his book was called Health, Joy, and Prosperity for You. And so he asked like a question. He said, what are you fascinated with? And so if you think about it for a moment, what is it that you place all your awareness on? Now he used this as the topic, the power of fascination. And then here 30 years later, people talk about the power of intention. And so fascination and intention kind of go hand in hand. So you want to think about the different things in your life that might hold your attention. That's what we mean by fascination. What is holding your attention? Now sometimes your attention can be held on something positive as something negative. And we know as we grow spiritually and metaphysically in our own lives, we have an opportunity to experience being fascinated by things that are negative, that hold us back. And they can be just as simple, but still just as powerful. Low self-esteem can hold your attention. Negative thinking, doubt, illusions can hold your attention. Cursing can hold your attention. Doing anything that's not good for yourself can equally hold your attention. It could be some type of addiction or bad habit. Or it could be hanging around people who are thinking negatively all the time, who are going through different states of addiction themselves, different dysfunctional behavioral patterns. So those things can more or less, as I call, walk into your life, and then you find yourself focused on it a great deal without realizing that you are negatively fascinated by it. Okay? Then there is the positive side. There is when you're thinking about being healthier, you're thinking about being richer. And richer not only means through finances, it can mean that you're just prospering well, prospering better, being more abundant. It could be working with energy. Maybe you are a healer and you're striving to increase. Or maybe you don't know anything about healing, but you begin to grow in your fascination. You start reading up on the different modalities that are out there, Eastern or Western. You start maybe looking into Reiki, or you study pranic healing, or you go into other sources. In any event, eventually, something that you place all of your joy, all of your happiness into, all of your awareness on deliberately, because that's what basically fascination and intention go hand in hand. It means that you are deliberately putting your awareness into something. You're deliberately putting your energy into a specific topic matter, something that gains a lot of pleasure for you, something that you know that will increase your life and expand it. And so we want to think of the various things that we can grow our fascination into. We could plant the seed, because that's the whole idea. We want to plant the seed into our life so it can grow. And so what I'm going to do is, sometimes I like to read from his book. Maybe I can get it into the camera here. This is Reverend Ike, the late Reverend Ike, and he has some quite charismatic person, and had that calm gaze that he could give through his eyes. Um, so I'm going to go directly to his chapter 32, and there's something that he also said that was very important in a previous chapter, and that was the use of the words, the two words together, I am. And he called the I am, as many people later start referring to it as the I am presence, being the God, the expression of God in you. So, what we want to be able to realize is that once you know what you're fascinated about, or where you would like to place your fascination, then you will start using the words I am to empower the situation. So he says here, the power of fascination, and his science of living principle is based on the book of Proverbs that says, as a man thinks, so is he. He puts it this way, as his science of living principle: God in you has given you the power of fascination to use to be, do, and have all the good you desire. It is up to you to determine how you will use it. And so we want to look at it in this way. He says that fascination is an intense interest or enchantment with an idea, person, or thing. Fascination means getting tuned in and turned on to every detail of the object of your fascination. And fascination has power. He said it's not strange to us, and at times it may sound strange, but it is very true that this fascination in itself is a power unto itself. And it is something that we always have with us. You know, many times when we're growing up, we might look toward various role models that we strive to become like. And so you become fascinated by the role model. You become fascinated by their lifestyle, by the way they carry themselves, maybe by the things that they possess. Many people do it, especially when you think of people that run behind various celebrities. Celebrities always have their groupies, and everybody is in love with them. Everybody wants to have a part of them in their own lives. So often, in this aspect of fascination, we find ourselves reaching out and trying to get all the details into place. And the more details we could put into the picture that we strive to achieve, to begin to materialize itself into our lives, the better the opportunity gets for us, and the stronger the power gets for us, and the more energy then you're putting behind it deliberately on purpose. And so, say for an example, you wanted to um, increase your technique of breathing. Let's use something as simple as that. Increasing your technique of breathing. So there are many different ways to breathe. We found out over the years that shallow breathing isn't the best. That's, letting your chest get too high, and going through just your lungs alone, and breathing what we call with the chest, which is just raising the chest up. But what we find is that if you want to really take a better hold and really utilize your lung capacity, your bronchial tools, to bring more air in, you start practicing what is called abdominal breathing, like the yogis do, or what a baby does naturally. When you see a little baby breathe, the stomach kicks forward, the abdomen pops out, the belly button moves forward, and they're bringing more air into their lungs, not just in the middle to the base part of the lungs, but into the upper regions of the lungs. And so, if you're striving to breathe better, you start studying the science of breathing. You start studying the capacity of the lungs, how much air one can actually bring in on one breath or several breaths. You learn how to use your diaphragm. This is how you increase your fascination with the science of breathing. It is the same if you wanted to study Tai Chi or Kriya Yoga or Bhakti Yoga or Raja Yoga. You would do everything that you need to do. You would study as much as you can. You would read about it. You would locate the people who are doing it and learn from them as well as learning from the book. And then you yourself participate in it until you begin to actualize it into your own life. Well, these are the ways in which, as using examples, how the power of fascination can work in your own life. So say you're on a job and you want to step up into another level. You want to get a promotion. So you begin to find out what that upper level is about. And as you begin to study it out and you begin to study the people that are in those upper levels of the same career that you're in, and you start studying more successful people, eventually, as we will all say, the success of someone else begins to rub off on you. The energy of it, the aura of it. You begin to think like a successful person. You begin to act like a successful person. You begin to have certain mannerisms that you start to mimic. And then the more you mimic them, then or copy them, the more you begin to take them on and make them a part of your life. So this happens through the power of fascination. But also what happens is your ability to picture, to imagine, to see yourself at that level. And then you have to hold that image of yourself at that level. That's very, very important. Holding your image at that level will increase your odds. It'll make it even for you because you then possess the energy to carry that forward and to magnetize yourself. So when one is fully in the level of fascination, one is drawing that energy gradually to themselves. And one of the things Reverend Ike used to always say, he always used to say this. He says, you want to be able to be, do, and have. So can you imagine yourself being where you want to be? Can you imagine that particular picture absolutely clear in your mind? Can you see yourself being that way, becoming that which you're striving to be totally fascinated with that? Okay, can you see yourself doing it? Can you see yourself doing it? That's very, very important. And then, can you see yourself? Can not only see yourself, but can you convince yourself in having that which you're fascinated in? So he broke it down in those three simple levels. No matter what his teachings were, the three basic levels were being, doing, and having. To some people, we might call it become, learn how to become a thing, act on it, and then achieve it. Okay? Others may say it that way. But he used be, do, and have because during the time of the early 60s when he was talking about these teachings, it was designed to impact the mind. And the mind he was talking about was the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the storehouse that has everything known about you. Your soul path is in there, your spiritual nature is there, your metaphysical aspects are there, and so it allows you to delve deeply into it so you can begin to see how you will achieve it. And nowadays, in the past 30 years now, 20 years, 25 years, Everyone is talking about the power of the secret, and the power of the secret is intention. And that just simply means to willfully or deliberately place your awareness on something so much that also your emotions get involved. When your emotions or your feelings, your sensitivities get involved, that aspect of yourself naturally is more like your magnetic quality. And so when you allow the magnetic side to be involved, you are already fascinated by doing the issuing, putting your thought out there about it. You're already trying to imagine and see yourself doing, being, having, and becoming, and see yourself achieving. So that's electrical impulses that you're laying out into the universe. It has to come back to you according to the teachings, not just Reverend Ike's teachings, Dr. Wayne Dyer's teachings, the late Dr. Paul Leon Masters' teachings, Michael Beckwith's teachings, Iyanla Vanzant's teachings, Lisa Nichols' teaching, everybody that has achieved a level of success in their life has used fascination or intention to get what they want into their lives and to get it going in their lives. Many would say that you have to basically believe that you can do it. Well, not only do you have to believe, you have to have the trust in yourself that you can accomplish the goal. Not only do you need to have the trust, but you need to be consistent and you need to practice something day in and day out. Often, people say, okay, whether one's studying martial arts or meditation or yoga, the teacher has disciples. Disciple, all that means is a dedicated student. That means that particular individual has decided that they're going to practice the principles, they're going to study the philosophies, they're going to look at the other masters, and they're going to find a way to apply what they are learning in their own life. And if they can make it a practical thing in their own life, make it a way of life for themselves, then what they are fascinated with then becomes their life. It becomes a part of their life. So that is the power of fascination. So, now he also stated here that it was important to be able to first know what it is that you want and then decide that that's what you want. That's your desire. That's what you're going to achieve eventually. You're going to put the energy into achieving the goal. Now, the most important thing is once you get very close to the goal, you might as well expand your awareness about that goal into another level, a higher level. Why? Because if you just go to, let's say, you're going to learn to walk up 7 steps, but all you're going to do is achieve yourself at step number 3, eventually you either stay at step number 3 or you turn around and come back to 1. So why not see yourself on the next landing, preparing yourself for the next 7 steps? This is the same thing I believe that people that run track do. Track and field events, whether it's a 1 mile race, a 3K, or a 5K, if they have some markers along the way on a pole, maybe a ribbon on a tree, but whatever they need, they're going to look forward to seeing themselves get to that marker. But just before they get to that marker, they shift their awareness further ahead. That way, the shifting of their awareness ahead of them does what? It pulls them toward the goal. So if the person is focused on the goal line, they'll get to the goal line. But they have to break up these steps, these areas, so that they achieve them fully. This is very, very important. I'll give you another example. I was watching on YouTube about 2 weeks ago. I was watching, came to mind to watch Edwin Moses. Edwin Moses was basically from Atlanta. He had gone to Morehouse College, and I believe he was like a mathematician or science major, but he got involved in doing track. And what he started to do, he was running the 400-meter hurdles. And what he began to do, since he had such a long track record of success, of being number one, every time that he did it, just about, what he started to do was count the number of steps that he could take between each hurdle. And when he did that and mapped that out and deliberately ran 13 steps, I believe, 12 to 13 steps between each hurdle, no matter what anybody else did, he was always going to come out in the lead and win the race because he was focused on just paying attention to getting 13 steps per hurdle. And by him getting 13 steps per hurdle, it allowed him to be successful. Each and every hurdle, he gained greater and greater and greater success. And each race became so scientifically involved in him doing those 13 steps religiously. So that only means not for the race, but even for his practice. And then later in his career, he just started doing endurance exercises, running longer, running faster, running longer, running faster, which also helped him have the necessary lung capacity and breathing capacity so that he could what? Get to where he needed to be. So this was highly important for him. He was able to see what he needed to do and then move toward the target with ease. And it didn't matter how many other people were fast, but the people who were running side by side, who were maybe faster than him, they always had an odd number or not the same number of steps per hurdle. So sometimes people may have knocked over a hurdle because they didn't have all the steps mapped out in the way that he did. And that allowed him to move forward with a lot of power. So he was able to achieve his goal. And he had, as I say, a record-breaking career for so many years before somebody was able to uh, surpass him. And maybe more people surpassed him because he was getting up there in age. He was getting into his 40s and still running. So, in this power of fascination is our ability to be consistent, be dedicated on your target, on your goal. So, as you begin to do that, now one of the things I noticed too, when we are applying ourselves toward a specific goal in mind, is one of the things I've learned over the years is never to be hard on yourself mentally or emotionally. When you're being hard on yourself mentally and emotionally, that triggers a pattern of self-defeat and low self-esteem, and then you get into states of sometimes being depressed. And depression is really anger turned within, so that eventually you're going to implode. You're going to blow up on the inside, right? And you're not going to feel well about yourself. You're going to have headaches, migraine headaches, backaches, you name it, and you just be plain tired, and then you don't have any desire to accomplish the goal that you set out to do. So one of the things is never be hard. Be disciplined, but never be hard on yourself. Never beat yourself up about what you didn't quite attain. The whole idea that any professional person will tell you, any successful person will tell you, be they a celebrity or athlete, actor, actress, you name it, or just working in the regular positions of work, is to be better today than you were yesterday. To be better today than you were yesterday. So that alone uplifts your energy field. That alone uplifts you. It gives you a better attitude, you see. Then another level is people say to have joy, to generate a lot of joy. Well, joy also means happiness. So are you happy with what you're doing? That's the next thing you want to consider. Because if you're going to be fascinated on being a successful artist, musician, dancer, singer, choreographer, symphony conductor, you have to know every part of that which you are striving to become and to be able to understand it fully. then you have to be happy about it. You have to know that this is where you're supposed to be. And your greatest joy comes from there. Then, as you have the joy and the capacity to be more joyful, to be happier, then you start getting energetically excited about what you're doing and what you're getting ready to achieve. Now, as you have that, that in itself, those three areas in itself are going to catapult you forward. Then you have to cultivate different aspects of yourself. You may have to acquire a new skill in order to make that power of fascination jump to the surface for you to magnetically draw what you desire into your life. So you may have to learn a particular or a very unique skill in order to add on to what you are striving to do. Then as you do that, now you could take a step back, because once you start getting yourself, I'm going to say, motorized, okay, getting yourself excited every day about this particular thing that you're fascinated with, and once you do all the things that you need to do, like study about it, read about it, speak to other people who are successful at doing it, speak to other people who are very positive, you want to share the goal with people who think positive, people who are doing positive things, people who could be like your cheerleading section. Once you start doing all these things, it's not that you need to just coast. You need to learn how to ride on the energy. As I said in one of my posts last week on Facebook, you want to be able to understand that the chi is in the breath, not the breath in the chi. If you're thinking that the breath is in the chi, then you're not going to understand how to make the energy move. You have to understand that the chi is in the breath. It's in every particle of your being. So once you understand that, then it becomes a little easier for you. You become more motivated. You become more directed toward your goal, and you are listening more so that you're receiving greater guidance for yourself. This is highly important when you're looking to achieve a goal. If you don't, again, like Reverend Ike says in his book here, you have to first know what it is that you want. Okay, because you can be fascinated about something and then spend all of your time and all of your energy to find out it is not something that you wanted in the first place. So you have to be very clear about what it is that you want. So maybe what you want to do is be able to ask these 5 questions. What is it that you want? Okay, what? I'm going to type this in here for you, just in case anybody goes. You want to ask yourself the 5 questions. What do you want? Okay, what is it you want to become or do, be, and have? You got to answer that. What, and it should be very clear about what that is. Okay, then you want to know why do you want it. Okay, because if you know what you want, but you got to know why do you want it. The why factor serves a purpose for you. When you know what it is that you want, the immediate question should be why. Why do you want it? Now, when you ask yourself the question why, you are about to serve a purpose, to give it purpose. Okay, when you give it a purpose, that means you're giving it a direction and you're setting up a direction for yourself. All right. In other words, there's going to be a clear path between you and the object of your fascination. Then you're going to ask yourself, after what and where, you're going to say where. In other words, where do you want this thing to be in your life? Are you, let's say, striving to be healthier so that you can enjoy your family? That's the where. That's the where part. Okay. Are you wanting to be healthier so that you can have a longer life? That's also the where part. Okay. Then it's also being around just to enjoy life. Period. Enjoy your life with other people, to live a longer life. That's a part of the where it needs to go. Where is what? Your life. Okay, so now you've answered what it is that you wanted, why you need it, why is it that you are fascinated by it, why that thing is so important, and the where factor. Okay, then you have to put in the factor of when. Okay, now you got 4 W's. Every journalist has this: what, why, where, and when. When is a time factor. Now, you could project a specific time, but some things that we're striving to achieve may take longer. So, in place of the when, I'm going to put in bracket now. You know that you want it now. So, because the universe knows what when and now is. You might say, okay, I want to achieve a raise on my job and get a Mercedes Benz by 2018. Okay, but the universe knows something else deeper than that and may allow you to be in a position to receive those things earlier. So you tell the universe now, by letting the universe know that you want it now, you're also providing the universe with the energy for it to treat what now is according to your soul level, your spirit level of understanding. Okay, and then the very last thing that you want to put in place is the only letter that's different, and it starts with an H, and that's how. How are you going to go about getting what this is after you have drooled over it with your fascination? What are the other steps? I was talking about what are the other steps or skills or people that you're going to place in your life or place yourself into their life so you can see the how. But we know that the expression of the how is really an unfailing supply. It is the nature of God itself within each and every one of us that is an unfailing supply. So God is an unfailing, infinite supply. Then that is how you're going to achieve whatever it is that you are totally fascinated about. It may come, the presence of how, the gift of how, may trickle down through the universe through a variety of events, and it may also include other individuals that help align that for you so that you become more attuned to that. So as that begins to take place, the how begins to become the foundation. The how is the divine providence and everything connected to divine providence. The how is the oneness of all that ever is, was, and evermore shall be, which includes us that are walking along on two legs, things that fly in the air, things that crawl on its belly, things that hop around on 2 feet or 2 legs. Okay, these are the elements. The other degrees are elements that are going to make the how possible for you. So, in your getting, they say, have understanding. Get wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Get that. Get a grip on why you want something, what it is that you want. In order to be, do, and have, you got to decide what it is that you want to be. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to have? Then you got to ask yourself, why do I want to be this? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to have this? Then you got to ask, what? Where is this thing going to be in my life? Where do I need to place it? Where do I need to do it? Where do I need to have it? Okay. And then when is the being, doing, and having going to take place? That's why I say it in brackets, now. Because every moment is now. Okay? And then how are you going to be, do, and have? So you see those three elements that he placed, be, do, and have, are carried out 5 different ways. You could ask the question 5 different times of those 3 items. So this is very important for us to begin to understand. And what I've found over the years is you do have to take your time sometimes, and then there are other moments when you just got to stay as active as possible. People often say, well, I'm just going to pray. I'm just going to continue to pray over something over and over again, and through the prayer, it's going to happen. Well, even in the time of other great masters, ascended masters, even in times of studying through the divine energies of angels, you learn, even from your own ancestors on the other side, is that you have to put one foot ahead of the other. You have to be somewhat physically active in order for something to come into place. Now, the way he kind of called it too, he said that you want to be able to give. You want to give something in order to receive something. And the giving and receiving even went back into the word tithe, Tithe. When people would give an offering in church, that is in order to get something back. Or you tithe into a church 10%. The first 10%, they say you tithe to God, which is the God or divinity inside yourself, to make a path. Others make a pledge. They're going to pledge millions of dollars, and then the universe opens up and finds a way for them to pay the millions. Okay? Or you could tithe someone in your life or an organization that you know that is doing a good deed. The more you tithe into it with the 10% of something from you, the more you're allowing that 10% to come back tenfold, which 10 times 10 means 100-fold. Okay? So here's a way that you can increase your finances, they always say, is to take some aspect, whether you pay a bill with a check or a credit card or a debit card or a money order, a postal or bank money order, and they say that before you drop it in the mail or before you hand it to whoever you have to hand it to, make sure that you're blessing it to see it come back tenfold or 100-fold or 1,000-fold or 10,000-fold. Okay. Also know that when you are planting, cultivating seeds of your divinity, which means that you're assisting someone through compassion and unconditional love, grace abounds in your life. That means things get easier for you. You wind up in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, having the right opportunities. And that puts you on a certain grid, a higher grid, lace grid of energy where everything is knitting itself together and everything is working itself together rhythmically, and you become a part of that rhythm. So when you start working on your fascination with something, like the athletes are fascinated that they get to the Super Bowl. Okay, but are they fascinated enough about the winning? Do they have the intention? Do they have the desire? Do they know what to do in order to make it work? Or are they playing against a team that's behind by 25, 30, 40 points, and the last quarter they play it like it's the first quarter? They play with pressure on the other team. And they just keep going and going and going and going and going. So it is the same within your life. You're creating this opportunity to increase your emotional nature and to increase your sensitivity, which then increases your empathic nature, which then increases your levels of intuition, which then increases your levels of the gut instinct feeling that you have, then also increases your psychic nature. And when all those things start to happen, then you begin to project more energy out into the universe. In other words, you are questing. You have a question and you are questing. You're putting yourself out there and you're telling the universe that you're ready. One of the things that Dr. Michael Beckwith used to always say, and this is something that's a part of his teachings. He had a book out long ago. I'm going to use it. It's called The Answer Is You. I'm going to find that book in my library here of books, and I'm going to use it. It's a very thin book, and he calls The Answer Is You. That means everything that you're seeking is happening on the inside of you. Reverend Ike said those things too. He would say it's an inside job. So that means you have to change the way that you think or feel about something. He used to say if you want more money in your life, he would say don't talk down about money. If you saw somebody that was loaded with riches and fancy cars and big houses, he would say never look down at them, never be snooty about that, never have a sneering remark, because that is the universe is showing you that is also inside of you, what you see on the outside. So you happen to be around where there's mansions, or you see somebody ride a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, it just pops up. It just didn't pop up because there's some part of you had been thinking about that, and now it has come into your life. He always used to say too, he would say to all his students, and some of his students, I've sat in on some of their classes, and this is what they would say: if you are a man, the spirit of money is a woman. And if you are a woman, the spirit of money to you is a man. So treat that spirit of money with the utmost respect, or it will walk out of your life. And so when you think about it and you start giving it like a personality, then you begin to treat it better. In other words, you respect the flow of money, which is an energy of the moment. Okay, it's a energy that yields itself in a certain way. And so if you have the magnetic mindset and the magnetic emotional part of yourself, you can open yourself up to receive the different aspects of what that is. And then what you would have to do is acknowledge it. When you're not acknowledging it, and you have to acknowledge it in the state of gratitude, which is to be thankful. But when you acknowledge it internally with gratitude, then more comes into your life. This is why the book of Proverbs says, so as a man thinketh, so shall he, so is he. There was a writer by the name of Charles Allen that wrote a book based on that, and he also wrote it in terms for women too, but it's really represents everybody. Whatever you think about, you shall become. That is the same as the power of fascination. Whatever you are fascinated with, eventually you're going to have it. I'll say that again. Whatever you are fascinated with, you are going to have it. And I'm going to type that in. Whatever you are fascinated with, three dots, you shall have it. Meaning you shall experience it. Now, one of the things that, again, that I mentioned earlier, that Reverend Ike said here too, he said it this way. And okay, the word owl came out and it should be how. So let me put that back down here. Those questions are what, why, where, when, which is now, and how. Somehow those words didn't get into place. Okay, but what he also said is not only should you decide on something, know what you want, and then decide that you're going to have it, you're going to decide that the universe is going to present it to you. One of the other things he said was in his earlier chapters is start to use the power of the word I am. He said by using the power of the word I am, those three letters represent God. I am is the name of God. So it gives a supreme power, or what some say supernatural power, to you. So he says, whatever you add after that, I am, you shall become. So in some of the scriptural teachings, it would say, let the weak say, those who are weak and frail say, I am strong. And what will happen is they will eventually say that with conviction, which means with a certain amount of power behind their words, that they know through the power of faith in that the words that they are speaking, they will begin to take on the energy behind those words, and they will begin to see images within their mind. And they will notice that they are achieving that at the same time. That's going to be very important. They're going to notice that they are achieving strength. So you can make up a phrase for yourself. You can say, I am strong. Now, what you want to say is, you don't want to say, I am no longer weak. Why? Because the phrase is too long, and the emotional energy behind it in your body understands what weakness is, and it knows what strength is, it knows what coldness, dampness, moisture, it knows what weather, like being hot. The muscles are like a tape recorder. If you've been in an accident, it records that memory and it sticks, and it gets right down into your cellular memory or your DNA part of you. So you want to shorten the phrase just a tad. Okay, you want to leave out certain words that will recycle back the negativity. So you want to keep the positive flowing. So you'll say things like, I am strong, I am confident, I am faith. Not only do you have faith, but you are faith. You are the principle and the virtue of faith and action. I am trust, or you can say I am trustworthy, I am dependable, I am reliable. The more you do it, the more your emotional energy gets into it. And then the energy begins to tickle you. You start laughing about it. Yes, I am confident. Yes, I am strong. Yes, I am intelligent. Yes, I am smarter. Yes, I am brilliant. Yes, I am a creator. Yes, I am an inventor. Yes, I am a successful inventor. Yes, I am a musician. Yes, I am a successful musician. Yes, I am a healer. Yes, I am a master healer. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's the same thing when a football or basketball team is playing and they got cheerleaders there. That's what they're leading a cheer. They're getting the crowd into the cheer behind the team. What? They're building up the emotional energy, the momentum that the team needs. And the team is riding off that energy. And when the team rides off that emotional energy, that magnetism, they begin to pull themselves step by step toward their goal. So it's the same. You want to allow yourself to attract what you desire into your own life, but you have to get excited about it. That's important. You have to become jovial, uh, so jovial that you're literally grinning ear to ear like a child. You just know it's going to be there. You're knocking on the door of the universe. That is the power of fascination. That's what you're striving to do. And by using the God nature words, I am, you begin to take that which you are desiring to be, do, and have, and you're allowing it to take on the quality of the God in you. So that it gets stronger. So the magnetic nature gets stronger, the electrical nature about you gets stronger. Then you just can't help but get stronger. And then you start finding more ways to get stronger. You start noticing some things in minute detail that are all around you that represents strength and fortitude and greater character, emotional wellness, physical well-being. You start to see all these things begin to materialize in your life, and then you realize, oh, these things have really been there all the time before. Perhaps you didn't see it. So often we may not notice that the things that we're striving for are right there in front of us. Is not necessarily way out into the ether. See, the auric field, your personal universe is within your own auric field. When people go into the study of the Merkaba can be a 110-foot diameter. It could be a 220-foot diameter. It could be a 330-foot diameter. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The more relaxed the person becomes with the power of their own Merkaba, their own UFO, their own spaceship, energetic spaceship, within that electromagnetic field that they carry that's flowing through the sympathetic nervous system, all of their chakras and all of their organs and everything else. Once they realize it's all the way out there, then the power of the gene, the issuing of the power is present. The issuing of the chi is present. And it's all around them 360 degrees and they're right in the center. So it is the same here. We take the power of fascination. We learn how to get excited about what we desire, what we want. But we first have to know and have to decide what it is that we want. So what I want to do with this next portion of the show, this is really a 75-minute show today, is to lead us toward a meditation. I want to lead you into a meditation. And as I lead you into this meditation will help foster all of your PowerPoints with yourself, all the various degrees within yourself, and will allow you to have greater focus with yourself. So what we want to do, and at the same time, we're going to use colors. Now, I'm going to focus and see what kind of color that will act in a very universal way. Because whatever color that I choose for you to focus on, it will bring all other color rays with it. That's the very unique thing about doing meditation live like this. It will bring all the other color rays into view around you. So what you need to do is I want you to sit comfortably, or if you're lying down, just relax. Don't cross your ankles or anything. Don't cross your hands. Just relax yourself. And I want you to feel the presence of first the white light all around your body. And this white light is coming up out of you, out of the heart center, heart chakra. Because if we focus on the heart center, it becomes easier for us to have this experience. And you might just see a speck or a dot, a shiny dot or speck that's faceted, like glass or very much like a diamond. And it begins to expand with the rhythm of your breathing. So as you begin to inhale, you place the tongue to your roof of your mouth, just behind your two front teeth. You do not need to hold your breath, you just relax into the exhalation. And I want you to see that dot expand within you. Inhaling again, the rhythm would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fifth beat is like the word and then you exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you can move that count at your own pace. But just relax into it, let your shoulders fall back and down. Kind of let your neck become slightly elongated. It straightens your spine naturally. Now, the spine is naturally curved, so there's no need to try to lock it and make it something that you don't have to. The body knows what it needs to do. Just relax. This is not any form of hypnosis. I'm not a hypnotherapist. I just know how to drop the tone of my voice and make it more resonation in the sound. Just relax into it and know that you're receiving all the power of the energy that's flowing. I'm equally doing this along with you. So I see that each and every one of you, beyond my voice, is also flowing with the rhythm of your own chi throughout your body. As you begin to inhale and allow yourself to go deeper in your awareness, you are able to scan your body. It's sort of a touch point with your mind. You discover that the body has points that might be tensed. And you would just place your awareness into the center of that area. It could be along your back. It could be in front of you. It could be on the side. But the minute you place your awareness there, the body opens itself up and allows you to go inside. And here's a key point to help you. This is something that you can practice. Envision being on the inside of your body. So if there's tension in the rib cage, you actually can see the rib cage. You're on the inside. You're touching it with your breath. You're smoothing out the muscles with your breath, with all of your inhalations and exhalations. When you're on the inside of the body, you will notice that the whole side can relax. Right in from your shoulder to your pelvis. Even the neck muscles relax. The facial muscles relax. Your hands and your feet relax. Your scalp relaxes. Everything behind your eyes relax. You feel a sense of total oneness because you are connected to your body. And you're just breathing into it and keeping in mind that the chi, ki, or prana is inside the breath. So we will pick something with this power of fascination. We will be fascinated on relaxing the body. Just allow yourself to see and be and have the feeling of being totally relaxed. You just know the presence of the energy around your face, through your muscles and on the skin, are relaxing. You feel the presence of energy gliding down your face into your neck muscles and relaxing you right in to your shoulders, over your chest, upper abdomen and lower abdomen, the rib cage, the upper and the middle and the lower back into your pelvis. You are fascinated with the energy of relaxation. The cells in the muscles know what to do. The cells in the ligaments know exactly what to do. Your body already remembers how to grow in relaxation. And you already are aware and you are well. And you are balanced and you are at peace. You are centered and you are calm. You're able to breathe fully, evenly, and slowly. We're now going to graduate you to the next level of this. And I want you to begin to focus on something that you desire to have in your life. Know that your life, your surroundings, your universe is all inside of you. So you're going to give birth to this idea on the inside. You grow in greater awareness that this is happening on the inside. You are at peace because you can see it and feel it happening on the inside, even as a small particle of light zigzagging around in space inside of you, touching all the meridians, all the chakras. This idea, this thought, this feeling is happening on the inside, and you know that you shall be well for it. Just know the presence is real to you. It is actually happening on the inside. And every thought, feeling, and idea will begin to find its reflection in the outer world around you. In the spirit world outside of you and inside of you, it is already there. You're just growing in awareness and beginning to attract it to you. You are totally fascinated by it. You are excited about it. And you can feel the energy. And here comes the color. A very beautiful golden white light. This beautiful gold and white light is the vehicle that also helps you to achieve. As it helps you to achieve, all shall be well. So just allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive. As you achieve, you begin to see the manifestation and the materialization of everything. Relax into it. This is your reality now. You are growing into being that which you are fascinated, that which you are fixated on, with your mind's eye and your heart, with the beautiful golden white light. Relax. 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 Allowing yourself to achieve that which you are focused on totally through body, mind, and spirit. The golden white light is the personification of your chi, your ki, your pranic energy. And it is drawing that which you desire into your life. Into your life. Into your life. It is happening here and now. Into your life. Now at this point I'm going to let you flow in that light, in that energy field. Allow you to relax. Take as many series of deep breaths, inhalations, and then exhalations that you need to gradually pull yourself out of the meditation. Before you do that, I want you to know that the seed or seeds of these energies are already in your cellular memory. You can reactivate them just by saying, I am already complete. Or, I am already whole and complete. I am one with that which I have sought after and now have within me. I am one with all. Just rest in that with your breathing. I'm going to bring you out with a short count. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Scan your body. Be aware of your hands and feet. Move your toes and your fingers. And move your head from side to side. Move your shoulders gently. Move your feet just slightly. So the energy is coming up through the ankles and the knees and then into the pelvis. The energy is coming down from the head through the neck, shoulders, and torso down to your waist. Continue to now inhale through the nose and release the breath through the mouth. All that you've practiced right now is still within you and will remain there with you. And the seeds that you have received are planted and shall be cultivated in your life. For those of you that watch this show later, remember I'm here every Thursday just about at usually 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We usually give you a 75-minute, if not a 90-minute program. The show is usually 90 minutes or longer if I'm engaged in giving out significant information about numerology or things dealing with dreams. Also, I want to let you know that I'm on my Blog Talk Radio show every Wednesday. You just go into Blog Talk Radio and type in the Age of Remembrance, and that will take you directly to my channel. There's approximately a 30-minute show every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So much of the teachings that are received during the Blog Talk Radio are repeated into the live Ustream TV format right here that we do every Thursday. Know that I have some basic spiritual courses. I have 5 of them in PDF format for sale. They sell for $27 a piece. So you should email me if you'd like to have all 5 for a discount. You receive all 5 for $118. You pay them individually, any 1 through 4 of them, then they're just $27 a piece. I have The Key to Life is Numerology. I have Understanding Your Dreams. I have The Art of Manifesting Your Heart's Desires. I also have White Light Meditation with Energetic Shielding, or Shields, and I also have Tarot Basics 1, 2, 3. Right now, those are the 5 basic spiritual courses, and people get their further instruction if they want through me one-on-one over the phone. I'm also working on some other PDFs like The Art of Pendulums. I'm also working on how to scan and read auras. I'm also going to do something with energetic palmistry. I'm also going to incorporate some other things there as well. I have at least 4 or 5 more that I'm putting together. So I'm looking forward to get that material out as well. If you'd like to email me, simply email me at iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at gmail.com. iam.circleofgrace1 at gmail.com or iam.circleofgrace1 at yahoo.com. You can also know to find out more about me by going to my website, circleofgrace1.byregion, BYREIGION.net. That's circleofgrace1.byregion.net, and you can find out some more information about me. You can also go to my YouTube channel in about another 30 minutes. This program, this live broadcast, will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. Just look for me there as Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey, or type in Circle of Grace 1. So in another 30 minutes, this whole format will be right there for you to view it continuously. If you want to view it here in Ustream, you got 30 days from now to see it. It usually gets deleted out of here, so that's why I upload it to my YouTube account where you can see it over and over and over. I have over 67 videos there. I have some dating back to maybe 2009 there as well. I'd like to thank you for being in touch with me and being supportive of my shows every Wednesday on Blog Talk Radio, The Age of Remembrance, subtitled The Circle Grace 1 in the Age of Remembrance. And here every Thursday, Circle Grace 1 with myself, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. As Akhenaten and I like to say, our grace is your grace. As I say, my grace is your grace. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you next week, and thank you so much for being supportive. Again, you can send all your questions to those emails and all of your comments. Or if you are connected with me on Facebook, send me a private inbox message on Facebook, or go to my Facebook page. I got a Circle Grace 1 fan page, or you can find me as Brother Francis Revels-Bey